President Obama is preparing to address the nation about the end of combat operations in Iraq. He'll do that next week. The president made good on his promise to pull out all combat troops by the end of August. For tonight's In Perspective, News Channel 8's Mark McPherson tells us what the end of the war means for soldiers and their families.
The last combat troops are pulling out of Iraq.
I made it clear that by August 31st, 2010, America's combat mission in Iraq would end.
It marks the official end of a war that's been going on for over 7 years. But with just under 50,000 troops still in the country, is the war really over? The troops still there are considered more of a support role, assisting Iraqi forces when they need it. At times, our troops will help Iraqis with counterterrorism operations, and that means combat, and that means more American troops will lose their lives there.
We just pray for their safety. That's all we can do.
Mary Tallman's son Michael is part of the 327th Engineering Unit out of Alaska and is in Kuwait right now. He was part of the last group of troops to leave Iraq, something he and his mom are proud of.
We did it, the United States soldiers did it, so the Americans did it, so they should be very, very proud. I'm proud as a mother because he is, part of it. He's always going to remember. This is a story that he's always going to remember. He can tell this to his grandchildren.
For families like the Tallmans, hearing their soldiers are out of Iraq is a comfort, but there are still worries.
As a mother, and, it's common sense. You always worry. No matter where they are, what base they're at, we still have to worry until, this war ends, and then until they come home safely.
While this is being called the end of the war in Iraq, the Obama administration is being careful not to duplicate the same scene that still plagues President Bush.
In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
Because they know the Middle East is far from stable, and we still have troops like Michael Tallman in harm's way. For In Perspective, I'm Mark McPherson, News Channel 8.
And Tallman's unit is spending some time in Kuwait before their next assignment, which could be in Afghanistan.